discussion. So Torwali, a Dardic language with around 80,000 speakers in the Swat Valley, is one of Pakistan's highly endangered languages. Our next guest, Zubair Torwali, author and co-founder and executive director of IBT, will share the story of the efforts undertaken to safeguard Torwali. It's great to have you join us today, Zubair. Welcome.
Hello, Aslam. So, as you mentioned in the introduction, Torwali is a Dardic language spoken in the Swat Valley by about 90,000 people in the heartland, and more than 50,000 people left the heartland to for the cities of Pakistan in search of livelihood. So, Torwali is one of the 27 endangered languages spoken in Pakistan, and it was more endangered 20 years ago when we started work on its revitalization. By documenting it, by doing preliminary research on that, and by introducing it in educational setting, privately, not by, the state doesn't support the language. So, and for the last 2 decades, we have been working on the promotion and revitalization of the Torwali language, along with other languages spoken in northern Pakistan. Most of them are Dardic. So we have developed a script for it. We wrote books in Torwali language. We developed course books for the children, and we started an MTB MLE, Mother Tongue Based Multilingual Education Program, in Torwali in 2008, and that program is still going on, and we have so far reached out to about 3,000 children, Torwali children in the area, and we have made them literate in their Torwali language. So along with this educational program, we have also compiled a number of 3 dictionaries. Recently I published Torwali English Dictionary for students, which could be used by students from grade 5th up to PhD and some researchers as well. And there are folklore books we have developed for adult people and general public as well. And along with that, we have been one of the most important components of our program is, language, and we cannot divide language from culture, or we cannot cut any of these from each other. So we have been also trying to rejuvenate and celebrate our cultural heritage, along with the musical traditions, along with poetical traditions in that particular area. And one of the key issues we have been facing, and the Torwali people faced 2 decades ago, was of identity. So the Torwali people were given an identity by the colonizers. I mean, the people who invaded Swat in the 16th century and converted the local indigenous population to Islam. And after that, they have imposed their own cultural practices along with their own language. And since then, the Torwali people didn't know about their history. They have forgotten about their identity. They have, and much of a larger portion of Torwali people have already shifted to other languages, and they still do not know who they are and who they were. So we have also been working on the identity, the reclaiming the indigenous, the ethnic identity. As I wrote with my name, Torwali. So Zubair is my first name, and Torwali is now my second name, and it is my ethnicity as well, and the language name as well. So we have also reclaimed it, and now I see that thousands of young people proudly write Torwali with their names, and they proudly say that they are Torwali. And before our work, we and people of our generations, they could not speak their language in a context where the dominant language is used. So they were ashamed of their language, they were ashamed of their culture, ashamed of their identity. And what we have been more successful is that we not only wrote the language, enhanced its literacy, but we have also reclaimed the identity and also given us a sense of self-esteem to the people, especially the younger generations. And now I see that many Torwali students, they form Torwali student societies and platforms, whether they are at any university in the northwestern province of Pakistan, which is known as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So we have also we have a holistic program which is not specific to language documentation only. We see that language is related with power relations, with social relations, with economic activities, with cultural activities, even with political activities. So we do advocacy for the indigenous rights, for the rights of these people over their natural resources, for the rights of these people in the in recognition of these languages and culture. And we are also aware of the technological issues in this modern global era. So we have developed some sort of keyboard with the Google incorporation, and that keyboard is now used by many young people to write Torwali on social media as well. So I would end my. There are many challenges. I think the challenges are well known all over the world for the indigenous smaller communities. They face globalization, they face internal colonization now, they face cultural domination, and they face marginalization, economic, socio-cultural as well. And we are a small organization, and that is under-resourced, very well, low-resourced. We do not get any funding from the government or from the state. We usually develop project proposals and send them to different organizations around the world internationally. And usually, sometimes we are successful in getting funding, and sometimes we are not. So this is a short story of the work we have been doing on Torwali language. And if there are questions, I would be glad to answer. And I have finished my dinner as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I do have some responses actually to your really interesting sharing of the Torwali language. In my research and listening to what you said, the rigorous writing tradition can often contribute to the preservation of languages. And Torwali didn't have a written alphabet, and you recently organized and developed a spelling system. Can I ask what root language that was based upon? And then I'll ask you my second question. So I'm just curious about what, because Urdu is a form of Farsi, Arabic, and various languages put together. So I'm really curious to know about Torwali.
Yes, you are very right. We have developed the Torwali writing system based on Perso-Arabic, so Urdu and Arabic, and it is still written in the Naskh font. It cannot be written in the Nastali in what Urdu is written. So, and we also we are also aware of the challenges, technological challenges with this script, and even the literacy challenges with this script as well. You are well aware of the Urdu, the issues with Urdu, technological with issues. So now but because there are some non-linguistic factors which also compel us to develop what the people like or accept. For instance, most of the people were and are literate in reading Quran Sharif, and Quran Sharif is in Arabic, and our national language is written in the Perso-Arabic script, and religion is taught in the Arabic language as well as in the Perso-Arabic script. So there is a religious connotation to that aspect, the script aspect, because if you and Pakistan is very conservative and religious mindset. So when you develop something like Latin-based alphabets or writing systems, the people might oppose that and people will oppose it. But now we realized that we must have an alternative script as well, and which is more Latinized, Latin-based, Romanized type of thing, and which is not discursive as Urdu and Perso-Arabic is. And I have been working on that script with some international renowned linguists who are also very well learned in computational linguistics. So we will also develop that script as well.
Yeah, it's fascinating because it's all about engagement. And if you can engage with people, if it takes, using the language of whatever religion they, adopt or have practice, then that's a way of getting the message across to many more people. So it's very interesting what you're doing. The other thing you mentioned is the Torwali script keyboard that has been developed, with your partners in the digital space. I mean, this is absolutely critical because one, we're living in an increasing digital world where much of our communication happens via smartphones. And not only that, the younger generations are more sort of attracted to that way. That's all they know. They've grown into technology. So just can you expand a little bit more on how you're going to get that out to more people?
This keyboard is developed with the help of Google. It is in the Play Store of the Google, and it is only for Android phone, not for iPhones. So the Android software can use it. And you know that it is the Perso-Arabic keyboard we developed for writing Torwali online, especially on social media. But what I conducted a study 2 years ago on the school we have been running in Torwali and the children. And that study was also published by Routledge in a book, The Early Writing in Torwali. So I found that students faced problems with special characters while writing and reading Torwali. So, and we have Torwali is a tonal language. We have 3 tones, and which cannot be represented well by this Perso-Arabic script as well, because there are many diacritics involved in that. So we can, it is a common observation for Urdu and many other language speakers in Pakistan that people now tend to write even Urdu or other languages in Roman and English alphabet when they're messaging to each other. So that they try to write there. So this is a shift I see because of the technology, the digital technology.
That's right.
And yeah.
Yeah, so no, it's absolutely fascinating. And congratulations to you for rapidly bringing this to not only, those from an older generation, but to the younger generation. And good luck with it all. Thank you, Zubair.
Thank you, Samina. Thank you. Many thanks.
Pleasure.